This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
He has time.
He's
Off
got
the
him.
left side. Dobbs is there. Leaping grab. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Make your coffee to perfection. Expect nothing else. Do you like to make yourself a hot cup of coffee to start your day? We have both whole bean and grounded. Also great for all you iced coffee if not a hot kind of person. Even make yourself a frappe to quench your thirst. The best tasting coffee with espresso. It's only $18.99 plus taxes for a 12-ounce bag. Buy 1 to 5 bags and shipping is only $7. If you spend over $100, shipping is
Good morning. Oh, wait. There's Rob. Wait. Oh, he's drinking that. Coming back up. There's Rob. We got our coffee this morning.
Duncan. I'm running on Duncan.
Yeah, I'm running on some Bear 6 actual today. So good stuff there. So it's Ken and Ken without a Ken. It's more like Ken and Rob for the next 3 days. Which Ken will be missing? Tune in to find out. It could change every day. Well, Sarah, lead us right into the first topic of discussion today. Yeah, we were all a little surprised when we woke up this morning and found out that the Chiefs somehow got better. And the Titans got nothing for it. They trade D-Hop the Titans trade D-Hop to KC for a conditional 4th-round pick. Really?
Right.
Really? Hey, good morning, Steve. D-Hop for a conditional 4th-rounder. I mean, look, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan this morning, you have to be very, very, very happy. Very, very, very happy. I don't know what I guess the Titans are packing it in.
Maybe. I mean, they're not doing well. I mean, it's their quarterback sucks. Their defense is probably the only thing they got going for them, and that's not even up to par. I would say they still got some work on that, but
their defense was ranked number 1.
What's their record? Well, they got 1 win, 2 wins.
Yeah, they have 1 or 2 wins, but their defense is ranked. Yeah, they're ranked in the top 10. Their defense.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, you need an offense.
Maybe maybe just an offensive rebuild in the offseason. Man, there's a lot of teams that need. There are a lot of teams that need to rebuild their offenses, man. I mean, think about it. The Titans, Carolina, freaking Tampa lost their entire offense in one night.
No, did you see who they picked up?
Oh, who did they pick up?
They picked up dude from the ex-Saint. What's his name? God dang it, I can't think. Wide receiver. He was there last year, but he's always injured. What's his name? Can't think of his name. Someone's going to throw it in the comments.
Oh, Thomas.
Yes, Michael Thomas. Yes, that's who they got. They signed him yesterday. They got him yesterday.
Go across.
Yeah,
Michael Thomas.
That's who it was. Yeah, they picked him up. I'm like, holy shit, that guy was still. I was wondering where he was. I mean, I know he was injured a lot, but I guess no one had no interest. But I mean, when you lose both your guys in one night, you find find work.
I saw the best post yesterday. It just made me laugh. I had to retweet it on my Twitter. No, actually, I had to retweet it, but protect the person who tweeted it because it was such a bad tweet. But I had one of those, but you had to retweet it. This guy in Bears Twitter, and he's been around for a bit. He's got a pretty good sized following, but he posts, Ryan Poles has made a decision to make a decision. The Bears, he will make a decision on whether the Bears will be active at the trade deadline or not. I was like, that's the tweet. He has made a decision to make a decision. I was like, come on, man. Hey, good. Hey, I got breaking news for Packers. Gutekunst has made a decision to make a decision whether or not they're going to make any moves at the trade deadline.
Yeah, that'll make no sense. That's just a fan trying to get some hits, some likes, something.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, maybe the Titans will trade Jeffrey Simmons away in a charitable act for like a 6th rounder or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a couple teams in the NFC North who would be more than happy.
Well, what do you think about D-Hop going over there?
Dude, I mean, it's not like D-Hop is washed.
No, he's not. I mean, yeah, he's coming off an injury, but if they give him let's see what he can do. Give him a quarterback like Mahomes, but Mahomes isn't really ripping it up either. So I guess it's just because he ain't got nobody to throw to. Maybe this is
Good morning, Josh. Yeah, I mean, dude.
What's up, Josh?
Still, you're adding. I mean, it's kind of like adding Randy Moss to the Patriots.
Yeah. No, I guess you're right. Kind of doing that.
I mean, it's almost on that same level. I mean, why would you give Kansas City a weapon?
That's crazy. Well, now we hate Tennessee. That's it. Now I see why she said public enemy number 1. Smash their ass. Smash them.
It's like now Simmons. I wonder if they will trade Simmons. I doubt they're going to. I doubt they'll make any moves with their defense. I think they're going to leave their defense intact.
Stop it, Sarah. There's a chance there's a chance somebody could Tanya Harding his ass. You never know.
Well, and I don't know if I want to say that the Chiefs are three-peating. Someone from the NFC North will beat them in the Super Bowl. I mean, defense still wins championships, and that's the problem. The Chiefs have a really good defense.
Yeah. It's their defense this year. It's their defense carrying them because, I mean, their offense is just barely doing enough. I guess it's the run game maybe helping them, but I mean,
because it's not Kelsey. It's not
Kelsey's not doing it. Yeah. No wide receiver. I mean, Juju went down last week, so I mean that guy. Just when you think he has a 13 catch game, and then he goes, fuck Juju.
So I mean, and I don't think the Titans are trading away any defensive pieces. I think they're going to leave their. I think they're going to be one of those teams that are going to leave their defense intact and try to build an offense in the offseason. But there's so many teams who are doing that this year. Like defenses across the league have gotten a lot better. Yeah, D-Hop's going to be really good for the Chiefs. Chiefs plus refs equal 3-beat.
It's kind of hard not to argue with that logic. I mean, you put the refs in there, and that's a different story. I forget that they got the refs in their pocket. Sad to say. That's what
the AFC is a mess, right?
I'm sure.
But you know what, though? I think the Ravens have enough juice.
I like that idea too, A-Dub.
I mean, with King Henry on that roster, I mean, I love the game plan. How they game plan Henry. Like, yeah, they give you a Henry run maybe in the first, second quarter. He touched the ball a few times, and then the fourth quarter when your line is gassed, your defense is a little bit gassed and play out. Then they say, all right, here you go, and then he busts off an 80-yarder, and you're just like totally demoralized.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, the Ravens need help on defense. I think they're active in the trade deadline. I think the Lions are active in the trade deadline defensively. And I'll tell you what, I think the Bears, the Packers, the Vikings are all active defensively because here's the thing. If let's say, I don't think Garrett is available, but we'll use him as an example. If any one of the teams think the Lions are going to get Garrett, we're going to up the ante to make sure Garrett doesn't go there. And I think that's like why you might see the Bears in particular. People are like, well, the Bears are pretty good on defense. We don't need to do anything. If we can block one of the other teams from getting a good edge rusher, we'll do it. I think that's where the division's at right now. Like you might see a trade in the division where you're like, but they didn't need that. That's because someone else in the division was trying to get it. I really think that's where we're at in the North.
I'm wondering why the Chiefs didn't go after. I mean, the Rams clearly made it clear that they were willing to trade Cooper Kupp. Could you imagine Kupp going there? Oh my God!
And they still are. They still are. I mean,
I would say F you to Hopkins, and Kupp has got more life in him than Hopkins. I mean,
yeah.
So
does Kupp get traded still? Or do the Chiefs make a move to get Kupp too? I mean, look, it's not like they're done. It's not like there's a rule. You got D-Hop. You're not going to make any more trades. What's to say that KC isn't? They gave up a conditional what? 4th rounder?
4th, yeah, it was 4th.
So, okay, I'll give you a conditional 3rd rounder for Kupp.
Yeah. Kupp, my God. If Kupp goes to Dallas with CeeDee Lamb, oh, my God.
Yeah, but Dallas isn't doing it. Dallas is pretty much.
Well, I know, but still, it's Dak that's not performing. That's the guy who's not.
And I don't know if Dallas has the room to make it.
No run game and no fucking run game. The refs suck. Yeah, we always say that, bro. But I'm just thinking, why don't the Chiefs go for Kupp? I don't get it. I mean, I thought when they announced that, when they put Kupp out there and they said, well, this was the Rams leaking the story so everybody knows, it's letting the other 31 teams know that this guy's available. I would have thought if they're really interested in a wide receiver, they should have went for him. I just don't get it.
Oh, yeah, Sarah, I saw that yesterday. Florio again. Yeah, that's everything with the Rams. They're trying to trade the Vikings are interested, or there's a possible trade going to happen for Stafford to go to Minnesota. Now, look at it. It's not. When was the last time we saw an in-season trade of a starting quarterback?
I can't remember.
I mean, you're talking about learning a whole playbook. You're talking about a lot of different. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, look, I think Stafford in Minnesota is like, well, they get a lot better, but I don't see it happening. I don't see Stafford getting traded unless it's at the end of the season. But
I mean, right? I don't know, man. Why would you trade for another? I mean, like, how many years has Stafford got left? 1,
oh
2?
God, no, maybe more.
Yeah, you think more than Darnold, who's gotten them a 5-1 record?
Yeah, but he's exponentially better than Darnold.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's the only reason the Rams are relevant right now.
I don't know. That running back's pretty damn talented.
But
yeah, I mean, if Cooper could play or Puka, one of those guys have played all year. I guess Cooper played the first game, 1 or 2 games. That was it.
Kupp to Tampa though, that would be kind of interesting.
That would be. I mean, I'm just saying that Tampa could get Kupp. Yeah, Kupp's going to go. If they're shopping him, someone's going to take him.
But I mean, are the Rams trying to?
The guy's a 20-game catch machine.
I don't know about Stafford just getting. I don't think they're trading Stafford. I don't see that. I could see Kupp getting traded, obviously, but And who knows? Maybe KC is still, maybe KC comes down too. But I could see Cup in Tampa. I could see, you know who else actually in a weird way? The Lions. That could actually make some sense, right? Cooper Kupp to the Lions could make some sense. I don't know about the Packers, possibly. I don't think Chicago's in the market. If the price is right, what about Minnesota? Would you be mad at Minnesota if you added Cooper Kupp? And if you had Kupp to that team, I mean, that'd be a pretty good three-headed monster. Yeah, I mean, there's, oof. But Stafford, here's the thing: if you trade for a starting quarterback at this point in the season, you would figure he would get there. I would even play him that first week. He's got to learn the playbook, right? I mean, if you were to trade for Stafford, let's say after the game Sunday, it would be really hard. I mean, I guess you could play him that following Sunday, but your playbook would have to be very, very limited. But Stafford to the Vikings almost doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that don't sound right. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But Cooper Kupp, if he's gonna be going somewhere, I could see. There's a lot of places he can go, but yeah, that hot stove is starting to heat up, man. It's starting to heat up. There's gonna be some. None of us thought D-Hop was going anywhere. He hadn't been mentioned any rumors, nothing. And all of a sudden this morning we all wake up to D-Hop is now a Kansas City Chief. He went with someone put he went to bed 1-5, woke up 6-0.
That's funny. No, that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, like we all knew Devontae was leaving. That was there was some writing, but
what's up, Eric? What's up, buddy?
Morning, Eric. Hey, it's 18 minutes. It's 18 inverted 18 diamonds elevated. There we go. I swear, Eric pops in late just so I can give him a push-up count to help his physical fitness. But Florio, I don't.
No, that's his only reasoning. I mean, it just don't make no sense. You're right, sir. It don't make no sense with McCarthy sitting in the wings. I mean, he was looking good. He was like, maybe you guys were going to get him in the middle of the season going, or something. But
see, like if you think you're going to get a rental out of him, if he's a rental that's going to win you a Super Bowl, and that's all you care about is like you get him for this year, and then you kind of okay. We got
and
JJ.
Is he cheaper than what you got Darnold for? Didn't they get Darnold for like $10 million?
Yeah, Darnold.
I mean, what does Stafford? What does Stafford bring? What kind of money is that guy got? I mean, what are you paying him? I mean,
I think he's making considerably more. But the money piece, though, with Kwesi, he always seems to find a way to figure that out. I mean, if they think Stafford could get him to the Super Bowl better than if it's an improvement, you take it, right? Now Darnold becomes your backup. And I would say, you hope he gets you to the Super Bowl. He gets to a Super Bowl, let's say, and then you can always part ways because you have JJ. I don't know. And Darnold's a one-year deal. So actually, if Stafford's got multiple years left on his deal, now you're protected next year because you could play Stafford next year and still let JJ grow. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting scenario, but I don't know. What do you think the odds of that?
I mean, as a fan, I would love to see it now that I see how Jeremy would. He's right, man. If Stafford came to Minnesota, he would be beating on his whole team.
Yeah.
It would be like Favre when he did it to us going to Minnesota, beating us twice. Oh, my God. Viking fans love to remind us about that, how Favre beat us as a Viking.
And you give Stafford that offense?
Yeah.
And he's used to not having a good line.
He could probably make it go a lot better than Darnold and
a lot better.
Yeah. I get it. It's just more money. Right now, they're getting great value for their money on Darnold. I mean, come on, 5-1. Come on, that's great value. Holy shit, you can't beat that. Rams want Darnold. Oh, see, look at that shit. They want Darnold too. Take Darnold. So I don't know. Man.
I don't know if I would do that. I mean, it's an interesting proposal, but
to be the future of their
Darnold
team.
Be the future of the Rams.
Wow.
What are they smoking?
See, if Darnold actually works out, you guys could keep him for another year and totally give McCarthy another, year and just sit behind. Because honestly, man, Rodgers and Love both sat 3 years behind the quarterback in front of them, and it worked wonders for them. You know what I'm saying?
So,
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, look though, I would almost make the deal because look at Darnold's going to cost more than what Stafford's contract is right now next year. The going rate for a starting quarterback is a lot more expensive than when Stafford signed his deal.
Well, that's true.
I would almost make that deal. Stafford's probably going to be better to get you give you a better opportunity to make the Super Bowl. And then if you've got him under contract, I don't know what his contract. I'm sure Jeremy probably has it on his screen already. But if the contract, let's say that he's under contract for another 2 years, that makes total sense. And then like what you're saying, Rob.
Yeah, let him sit. I mean, then you sit him behind him. I would actually, that's probably better if you learn behind Stafford. Yeah. Stafford helps you now because you got some good pieces. Especially when you get the tight end back, what's his name? Hockenson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's coming back this week or next.
Yeah, and Hockenson obviously and Stafford know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting trade. So D-Hop, though, yeah, I mean, Sarah coming on with fire first thing in the morning. With it's like
that does kind of suck. They're helping out the fucking world chumps. Fucking cocksuckers helping out the undefeated team. Fucking cocksuckers. Sorry about Vermont. But you know what I'm saying.
Josh has Micah Parsons being traded.
Breaking news: Dallas pass rusher Parsons. I wish, bro. That would be awesome. But no one believes that shit.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't think Green Bay would do it because he's already said he wants to be the highest non-playing quarterback.
But he's willing to play on the tack. Well, at least in Dallas, he is. If you were to get
just coming back, he's just getting off the injury. They're going to get him back, so we'll see how it goes. Because did you see Skip Bayless do his little video? I guarantee the Cowboys are going to beat the 49ers. He already guaranteed it.
Well, I said I don't want
because Micah Parsons is coming back.
Yes, I agree there with JB. With Addison and Jefferson in Minnesota, you had Stafford. Definitely becomes a bigger deep threat with Stafford. Parsons isn't going to the Packers. That was just Josh, wishing upon a star. I don't think Dallas is trading anyone, to be honest. Jerry doesn't like to do that. Jerry likes to just cut guys when he thinks he's done with them. He doesn't really trade them too often. I don't see Micah Parsons getting traded. I don't see Dallas being a seller. But man, yeah, the whole Stafford thing. We'll see if that picks up steam over the next couple of days. We got basically until election day. So it's funny. Election day is also trade deadline day. So election day is going to be busy for two reasons. One, I guess I guess we won't know who the next president is because now a couple states have said they need 3 or 4 days to tabulate votes. Whole other story. But at least in the NFL, we'll know who's been traded because that's a trade deadline. So yeah, that interesting night is going to be November 5th, or that interesting day. Robbie, yeah, we've been talking about that. Really, O-line. I prioritize for the Bears would be O-line, DB, and then DE.
Wow, you see that? Multiple Dallas peeps are saying CD wants a trade. Holy cow, he just got paid. Now he wants to be traded.
and that's gonna be the hard part. That contract.
Fuck yeah, that's gonna be super hard.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, Skip guaranteeing. I know, right? You seen that, right, Sarah? Tell me you saw that. He's in his baseball cap, looking all up real close. Guarantee the Cowboys gonna fucking Skip, dumbass. We don't really need Parsons, huh? Oh, you don't need him, huh?
What do you mean? What happened to yesterday's stream, Sarah?
I agree, Steve. We don't need his ass.
And with Parsons, it's like, is he even gonna be able? How much are you get out of Parsons right now with the way his season has gone injury wise? It's always tough to trade for guys coming off an injury within the season. I just don't see Jerry trading him.
And even if he could, what are you gonna get? I mean, I guess if you offered 2 firsts for CD, I bet he'd trade him. I bet he'd trade him in a second. Who can absorb that kind of money and has got 2 number ones? The Carolina Panthers, they got 2 number ones though. I don't think so.
Does Jerry maybe find a way to trade Dak? If Dak's the problem?
I think Dak's the problem. I totally 100% agree with that.
Yeah, who's going to take him?
Well, I would have never signed him. I would have just let him walk.
Yeah, Robbie, Crosby and Garrett. Crosby, again, yesterday came out and said, look, guys, I'm not like ownership and the player have both said, I am not leaving. But then again, every time they say that, they trade the dude. So, but I don't think Max Crosby to the Bears is going to happen. I don't think Garrett's going to leave. And, hey, there's Joe.
What's up, Joe? Man, it's amazing. You start talking Raiders and Joe shows up every time. It's amazing, bro.
I don't think Crosby or Garrett get traded at all. I think both those guys end up staying with their team.
I saw that video you're talking about. Yeah, Crosby was like, "Nah, he's not leaving." He goes, "I'm not going nowhere." He's not leaving, bro. He's not.
It worked, but maybe on YouTube, Sarah did it cut at 25 minutes because I know on my X, it's the whole thing is there.
Well, Matt hit me up too yesterday saying, "What happened to the stream?" And then all of a sudden he goes, "Never mind," and he found it again. So I don't know.
Hey, broski, if you want to comment, you can do it from either the X or the Facebook platforms. I mean, until we figure out the issue here with Restream that Jeremy I know is working on. Send CD to Drake May.
Hey, Drake May's looking good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, JP shows on YouTube, but we can't see him.
Yeah, we can't see his.
Yeah, but he threw for like 350 yards the other day. I had a feeling that Drake May was going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Robert Kraft, would you make that trade? I guess I guess maybe he would make the trade for CD. He's got the money. He's got the young quarterback.
I would fix my offensive line first.
Yeah.
Before I go weapon chasing.
Well,
I would use my first round pick.
Because CD's going to take up a big chunk of money.
Yeah, I would use my first round pick and my second round pick on offensive linemen this year.
But that's not the. I mean, look at. So you can spend some money with CD and still draft an O line.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you can't. Because I mean, where else do they put money into? Who's a big player that's over there? Big name free agent? Anybody?
I think they got some money on their defense. That's about it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure they got money.
Though, the Cowboys just signed him to a huge contract, so that would leave if they were to trade him, it would leave so much dead money.
A lot of dead money.
A lot of dead.
Too much dead money.
I mean, Parsons could be the only possible trade, but that's a guy who's obviously a rental.
I'm not saying that, Robbie. You're crazy. I'm not saying that. Fuck that.
He's obviously a rental. If you trade for him, he's a rental.
That shit.
Now, with Micah Parsons, I guess you could still tag him. If you trade for him, you could tag him. but he's more of a rental than anyone else would be from Dallas. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Dallas is selling. That's just not Jerry Jones' style. I still can't believe though D-Hop is a Chief. That's just stupid.
Very stupid.
It not being it was stupid to do. Just like it's just ridiculous.
I think, Josh. I think as much as I hate to say it, yes, I think Vegas would pick up Dak's contract and take him in because he's better than anything we have on the roster right now. But I wouldn't want to. I don't want to pay Dak $60 million to stink up the place in the playoffs. Like, that's just me.
Sorry, bro. DeAndre Hopkins ain't what he was. Maybe he can be something. We'll see. But until I see it, I'm not giving it away. Because Mahomes ain't done shit, and they're still winning, bro. Defense.
But Rob, D-Hop is still a big upgrade for that.
Yeah, but he's saying we all can agree that they're guaranteed to the third win. No, fuck that.
Oh, no.
I'm not. Fuck no.
I'm not guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck no. That's what I'm saying. Fuck no. He said, "Come on, Rob." I'm like, "No, bro. He's something, but he's not gonna guarantee them a fucking third victory." I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to. It looks like somebody different this year.
True, bro. I'm telling you.
It looks like somebody different this year is going to represent the NFC, and I'm looking forward to somebody besides the Niners taking on the Chiefs. I want to see how they fare. The Niners have had their shot twice and failed.
The Niners suck. They're not even going to be in the fucking playoffs, bro.
But that's what I'm saying is like we're going to get a fresh face against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl probably.
Yep, you're right.
But did the Chiefs even make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, look,
I don't know, man. Baltimore looks fucking ferocious, man. Did you see fucking Lamar? Lamar looked good, bro.
Yeah, but until Lamar does that in the playoffs, I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs because they're still winning despite Mahomes not playing his best.
Well, that's did you see that stat too on Lamar? Did you see that stat on Lamar? He's like 23-1 against the NFC. They're like, man, if he could just get in the Super Bowl, he'll probably win it.
I mean, Derrick Henry, and the way they use Derrick Henry, I mean, look at the Chiefs have a really, really good defense. People understand that how good their defense is, but man, Derrick Henry, he's a game changer out there. Now, that's a team that could. What about Cooper Kupp going to Baltimore? What about Kupp to Baltimore? Can you imagine if Kupp went to Baltimore?
Bro. If Kupp goes anywhere, it's gonna, especially to a contending team. Lord.
Yeah, actually, the Packers and Chiefs would be a fun Super Bowl, or the Lions and Chiefs would be a fun Super Bowl. Shit, I don't think the Bears are ready for that bright light yet, but they're on their way up. But the way that the Lions are playing this season, that would be an interesting one.
You know, if the season.
Oh, hey, thanks, Joseph, for asking. I woke up this morning and it's feeling like 50% better, dude.
You look like you're better, bro. Yesterday you looked miserable, man. You totally look miserable.
I was miserable. But yesterday, like, I don't know if it's the medication they got me on, but it started to take effect. And, like, I was able to get up and move around some. And today it's like I'm still hurting, but it's not as bad as it was. I'm not crying. I'm not sitting there like in agony, dude. I got out of bed this morning.
Tears now come from his football team.
Yeah. Well, I've been crying those salty tears for 30 years now, so more than 30.
I really thought my money was on you guys was going to contend this year, at least for the division, and it's been a total fucking ass whip.
Well,
I know it's got to be bad for you. Worse
honestly,
for you.
Yeah, but honestly, like I expected us to compete too, but now looking at it, I think, you know, the injury bug bit us early, and you know there was no telling, there was no way of knowing like that Minshew was going to be as bad as he has played this year. Like,
yeah, you're right about that.
We expected more from him, and you know, then the drama with Devontae, like. I'm not surprised that we are where we are, you know, and at this point, like, I don't really want to try to go win 7 games, you know, like, I'd rather just take the draft pick and try to get Cam Ward.
Joseph's like the Raiders are a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. It's like
They're
Joe
pain in my
suffering.
assholes.
But if what the Cup goes to Baltimore, that definitely gives them another that offense. The Baltimore needs to actually. I think Baltimore is also in the market for some defensive help, though. So, what about Parsons to Baltimore?
Wow.
Parsons with Roquan? Yeah, that would be something.
Do they have the money for that? I mean, aren't they at the tip of their cap too?
Yeah, I don't think they have the money for it.
I don't even worry about that. You know why? Because
I don't think the Cowboys are going to look to sell Micah Parsons because, I mean, if they do, dude. Why do you sell a great player in his prime? I agree. Doesn't make sense to me.
The Bears did it with Roquan. They got rid of. I was like, man, that was like the best linebacker you guys had in a long time.
But you know what though? I mean, that's the other piece of that though, because like the Bears trade away Roquan, and basically for the same money they would have to pay Roquan, they're paying 3 linebackers and getting great play. It worked out for the Bears, right? Foles, either you can say he got lucky, knew what he was doing, whatever. But he was able to trade Roquan and add pieces.
But it was 3 for 1
with that pick, and then basically for the same amount of money, right? Sign Edwards and Sanborn and get great play. And the thing was, when they got rid of Roquan, in walked Sanborn, and Sanborn was matching what Roquan did that year. So moving on from Micah Parsons is not necessarily. There's precedent for it.
Well, there's not.
The Cowboys,
and he's on his rookie contract, right? He hasn't got his first big one yet.
Right. Well, that's where Roquan was at the end of the rookie contract.
Okay. All right. I guess this is the time if you're going to do it. Yeah. I guess this is before you give him a big one.
So I mean, if Dallas, maybe they trade Micah Parsons to a team like a Baltimore or another team and get like a second rounder for him. That's what you're going to get. And if they have some guys they believe in at the linebacker position, because I think the linebacker position, I think, is overstated by some people. Like, look at without Micah Parsons, with Micah Parsons and without Micah Parsons, what's been the difference with Dallas this year? Not much.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, because when he was in there, they still weren't getting a pass rush.
So yeah, and that's what's more important. So I could see Jerry, hey, take a second round pick for Parsons. He goes to a team like Baltimore who could really use him because they haven't figured out what to do since Queen left. And they can franchise tag him. But Parsons is not a luxury if you're Baltimore though. Like they need the help on defense. Their defense is not what it should be. Like Baltimore's the inverse of Kansas City right now. Kansas City's winning on their defense, but everyone still talks Mahomes. Baltimore's winning on its offense, not its defense. Which
Mahomes is like almost 25th in fantasy league in scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how far back he is. He's not doing jack shit.
But
selfishly, I wouldn't mind seeing Micah Parsons go to the Raiders and pair up with Max Crosby.
Oh, bro.
And they have the money to do it.
And that would make some sense, but that would make sense too because you trade for Parsons now, and now you build your offense up next year. You don't.
Fuck yeah, bro! You got Parsons now, and then you draft a quarterback. Holy fuck! Your future's pretty bright, bro.
Plus Wilkins, Plus Wilkins comes back.
Yeah, plus your future's pretty bright, bro. Your future's pretty. On both sides of the ball, you gotta. I mean, because you still got some pieces on. The only thing you lack is a run game, man. That's really on offense. I mean, because your boys you got now, they ain't doing it.
No,
you miss Josh, you miss Jacobs.
Yeah,
just say it, bro.
Yeah, but I think I want to get a running back in the draft this year and start fresh.
Yeah,
start him on a rookie contract and. Actually, if it was me,
you could get 2 pieces in the draft, bro. Look at it like that.
If it was me, I would draft an early round and a late round running back. If I'm being honest, I would get like a second or third round guy, and then I would get like a seventh round guy to, sixth round guy to be a backup. Let him compete. Gianti to the Raiders would be dope. We need him.
I think, obviously we've had 2 big trades already with wide receivers. I don't think the wide receiver market's done, but I think we're going to see some edge rushers and linebackers go here shortly. I mean, after this weekend, there could be some definite sellers after this weekend. Carolina might be selling some stuff offense. Well, they might be selling some stuff for some capital. Because look at I wouldn't say Mahomes is
Sarah, you see, he's not washed. What the
That's
fuck?
funny.
That's fucking funny. Hot take. Yeah, it's real hot. Smoking hot.
Well, yeah, like
That's
I
lava.
know my Bear Down Mike is big on this Trayvon Walker idea to the Bears. And if you get for a 4th, I would say why not? A good offensive lineman, yeah.
Actually, Sarah Madison has been the one bright spot in our running game. Like, to be honest, he had like 93 yards rushing last week. He's been the one running back that's been able to get it done despite the fact that our offensive line is terrible. So Madison was actually a decent signing, and he's cheap.
The best runner you got at the moment. I mean, he's running
at the moment.
We have an all caps moment here. Josh really wants us to know that the AFC is the only one trading anything. The NFC hasn't done anything yet.
Josh.
Well, yeah, that's yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been 2 trades. Yeah.
Honestly,
really
I could see the Niners being sellers. Like they're at a point now where they're absolutely maxed out on their salary cap. They're losing. They're injured. Like, I could see the Niners saying, "Hey, like, let's just tear it down and rebuild." They lost Ayuk for the season. Debo's hurt.
Well, I think you just put CMC on the shelf and shut them down for the year.
Look,
and maybe if you make a trade, I would tear it all down if I'm the Niners, but I would maybe make a trade off a piece that maybe I don't think I'm going to re-sign or where I can get better or replace production in the draft but free up cap. I mean, I agree with you there, Joe, but I don't think they'll tear it down.
See, but I think they should, because they have too many high-priced players that is taking up too much of the salary cap. They have Trent Williams, they have Fred Warner, they have Debo, they have Ayuk, they have McCaffrey, they have Brock Purdy's going to have to get paid this year. I think they're going to have no choice.
Ayuk gets injured.
Warner's probably the only guy they could trade.
Yeah, and I think they should consider it. Because they've traditionally been pretty good at drafting linebackers, so I think that they could get a guy to match his production on a rookie contract, and there would be a huge market for Fred Warner.
See, but once again, though, we're talking linebackers, and it's interesting, high-priced linebackers that need to be moved because the way that these defenses are working now, the way the league is working, the high-priced linebackers are luxury. You really need the edge guy. Otherwise, these high-priced linebackers aren't worth the money. I mean, look at Roquan. Look how bad Roquan is this year. And Roquan's really good, but his production right now for Baltimore is not that good this year. They're missing something on the edge or another linebacker to complement him, like when they had Queen there. I mean, I could see Warner. Baltimore's going to make a move. And it's going to be defensive, I think. I could see them doing 2 things. If they could add Kupp and maybe add a high-end defensive player to that defense, bring that defense back. Because I really think Baltimore has to be all in to dethrone Kansas City this year. I think that they might be the only team in the AFC that can do it.
I kind of agree with JB here, because the way Purdy has played this season, the Niners may not end up paying him. Like, I could see one of 2 things happening. Either he stays with the Niners, but he's making like $25 million a year. He like takes a huge, not a huge pay cut because it's more than he's making now, but he doesn't get paid that premier quarterback money. Or he tests the market, somebody gives him the money, and then he turns out to be a bum. I could see both of those things happening. Because you already see, like, with the injuries that the Niners have, all of a sudden, people aren't talking about Purdy as, being the next big thing anymore. I think you're seeing the real Brock Purdy now.
It goes back to the argument, though, of who you put around these rookie quarterbacks. Like, when Mahomes came in the league, he had a phenomenal team around him, right? And now he doesn't have a phenomenal team, and he's starting to come back down to earth. I mean, but people, no, Mahomes is just really good. Well, yeah, Mahomes is good, but he's not as good as what people made him to be. But Mahomes was smart. He cashed in early, got the big contracts, right? Now Mahomes, now he gets D-Hop. But look at what Mahomes has been this season.
Mahomes knows how to win in the playoffs, bro. I'm just saying, he knows how to.
But I mean, a lot of that
playoffs. That's what he banks on.
A lot of that goes to the pedigree of players you put around these young guys when they get in. And you go to Purdy, he had a lot of great players around him when he got there. So, I mean, Purdy is going to be a good quarterback almost anywhere he goes. It doesn't mean he's a super stud, but because when he came into a good situation that elevated him.
Trade quarterbacks? Listen, look at that one. Josh thinks they trade with Philly quarterbacks. What?
No.
What?
No.
I could see Purdy going somewhere like the Titans. Somebody who's going to be in the market for a quarterback next year.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. Facts on that.
Maybe the Titans, maybe the Panthers. Although if I was Purdy, there's no way I'm going to the Panthers. I don't care if you want to trade me there or not.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Sarah. Purdy's not carrying a team, but if you got some decent pieces, he's more serviceable than a lot of these other guys in the league right now.
He can get the job done if he has some pieces around him for sure.
I don't think Purdy, though, I don't think he's making the 50, 60 mil that these starters are making. His contract will probably be like around the 25, 30, And if you're Purdy, you're like, okay, I think he takes that. I think he'll take 25 or 30 a year. I think he would take it.
Yeah, he's making like 800,000 now, or like, he's making like $1.5 million.
Would you guys take Purdy, Joe?
Brock, would I take Purdy? If the price was right. I mean, if it was like a Minshew-like contract, like 2 years, $25 million, 2 years, $30 million, yeah, I would take him.
There you go. I mean,
he's better than Minshew. I mean, like, I know I kind of shit on Purdy, but he's not a complete bum. No, he has some skills, and I think he actually has. He throws a pretty good deep ball. He throws a pretty good like intermediate ball. But he gets when he gets pressured, he makes mistakes like quarterbacks do. And I just think that he's one of those guys, like, he's like Derek Carr, kind of. Like, if you have pieces around him, he can shine. But if he doesn't, he's not carrying somebody.
And Josh, I take it that numbers from Over the Cap, or what's the other one? I mean, the value. I mean, or Spotrac. That might be Spotrac at 45 mil. I mean, Spotrac's usually pretty accurate, but 45 mil a year puts him in Jared Goff territory, right? I mean,
now that's looking like a great contract too. The way he's playing, 45 a year, man. He's playing lights out right now.
If I was a rookie quarterback coming to the league, I'd refuse to be drafted by Carolina. You know what though, Sarah? Though, if you go number one, you're looking at pretty like Caleb Williams guaranteed his signing bonus this year as the number one pick was 25 mil. Think about that.
No integrity in that. There's no integrity in that, Sarah.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you get drafted by the Panthers, you're guaranteed to be a Panther for the next 7 years if you're good, because you got 5 years on the contract, then you got 2 years of being tagged. You're not going anywhere else till you're 30. That's to me, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I mean, but even then, you're getting paid. If you're there for 7 years, you got to figure that first tag is worth what? Probably 50, 60 million by that point. Mm-hmm. So you're set for life. So I mean, and if you can be the guy who turns the franchise around, think of the payday you're going to get when your rookie contract's up. You know,
Yeah, I don't know if I have faith in the Panthers to draft that guy after they passed on Stroud for Bryce Young.
they are such a hot mess. The Panthers are. That organization.
Just pull a Manning.
I just don't understand what they saw. Like, I that quarterback class, to be fair, wasn't super strong. Coming out, everybody kind of said, "Oh, this is a weaker quarterback class," but I think the majority of people kind of had the feeling that Stroud was going to be better than the others, and they chose Bryce Young instead. And I'm just wondering, like, what tape were you watching, or what influenced that? I know the owner actually made the decision for the coach, and the coach was pissed about it, and then he fired the coach. But it just, that decision in retrospect. Imagine if the Panthers had chosen Stroud instead. I don't think they're in the position that they're in right now.
No, Caleb Williams probably is not a Bear. If they pick.
A lot of the NFL would be a lot different because of all the draft implications and everything.
I mean, think about it. Fields would still be the starter in Chicago. DJ Moore wouldn't be there. Well, no, DJ Moore would be there because they would still made the trade, but Fields would still be the quarterback in Chicago. Caleb would be playing for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole last draft would have been different.
Yeah.
I mean,
just on that one decision.
Yeah. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are such a hot mess from top to bottom right now. Their defense has got some pieces, but I mean, Carolina's like, we're selling, and everyone's like, we don't care. You have nothing worth buying.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're not even going to be able to flip Bryce Young for a 6th round pick, I don't think.
I mean, wow. I do like that
there might be a team that says, hey, he might be worth a conditional 6th, but I can't see.
I think though that the rush to judgment on Bryce Young, I like that they benched him in a weird way, give him an opportunity to see the game from a different perspective, learn a little bit more. Let's see what he's like if they put him back in. I don't know. I don't think Fields is gone, Fred, if we don't have the number 1 pick last year. If the Bears didn't have the number 1 pick last year, I don't think Fields is gone. I don't think many people would agree with that. It depends on if the Bears had the 9th pick last year still, and didn't have a pick before then, Fields is still the quarterback in Chicago. Because part of the reason why Fields is gone is Foles felt that Caleb was better and had a higher ceiling. And there wasn't anyone you're going to pick at 9 that was going to be better than Fields, I don't think, in that draft.
I know Joe was pissed, Sarah.
Yeah, I don't know if the Raiders were pissed, but I was about to break my TV.
Joe wanted Penix, man.
He wanted Penix.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm enamored.
Joe wanted him, and I'm telling you, he talked about him before the draft, big time.
Dude, because I'm enamored with that dude's arm talent, man. He has a freaking cannon. And I would have just loved to see him going deep to Devontae and Trey Tucker. Like, he was exactly the kind of quarterback that we needed. Like, super strong arm. Like,
well, I mean, the
Falcons fucked everybody.
The Raiders, I don't know. They're just in a weird funk. They picked a head coach that pretty much destroyed the franchise for a couple years. Then they go sign a quarterback that just cost them their franchise receiver. Right? I mean, they need to make better choices in Vegas right now. They need to make better choices. But
honestly,
Davis is a good owner, though.
I think that the Devontae thing, I know that people on the outside are going to say, like, oh, you couldn't even hang on to the best receiver in the game and this and that, but I honestly think getting rid of Devontae was a net positive. Like, he wasn't a good locker room guy. He kind of destroyed the morale of the team, if I'm being honest. And I think that Telesco Telesco did a passable job in his first draft. Two or three of the guys that he drafted this year are already starting. Like there's, which is better
No,
than we
I
have
agree.
done traditionally. So I'm curious
But
to see this year what he does.
Minshew was not the answer, though, and it cost you Devontae. I mean, that's why I say
Yeah,
it.
no,
I mean,
Minshew was a big swing and a miss, and but at least he was a cheap one. He's only costing us $15 million. It doesn't really
Adams
make
is
me
now
feel better,
losing with
Sarah,
his
because
roommate.
I don't really care. Like I hope Devontae, I hope he's happy playing with Aaron Rodgers because he's not going to win anything.
Well, they live together now. They're living together out there. Devontae and Aaron.
They're butt buddies.
Yeah. They're. I'm just wondering if they got the Taco Bell installed in Aaron's house yet.
Aaron doesn't seem like a Taco Bell guy. He's probably got an Arby's in his house or something.
Yeah.
Or an Outback Steakhouse or something.
Well, hey guys, another receiver off the board with the D-Hop move. Are we going to see another move today? You think? That's two already we've seen.
I was Cup is going to go to somebody. Just can't believe they went with D-Hop over Cup. That's just amazing to me.
I don't think the Rams should get rid of Cup though.
Yeah, but bro, they openly came out yesterday and said they're openly trading Cup.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I don't think they should.
And then this morning they announced that the D-Hop's going to the fucking Chiefs. Why would they pass on Cup instead of the D-Hop and take that?
They probably want a second. They probably want a second.
Probably, yeah, the price.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure that the Rams aren't going to move off Cup for a bag of chips. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. But I mean, if the Chiefs are really committed to winning, I mean, winning a third Super Bowl, I mean, the Cup would have sealed that. I would have maybe agreed Cup seals it because he's way better.
Here's what's interesting though about these trades. Everyone's like, "Oh, you need a first rounder for Adams." Adams didn't go for anything close to that. Oh, D-Hop is probably worth this. He went for a conditional fourth, actually a fifth. That's probably going to become a fourth. People need to understand, like they think, "Oh, I'm going to get a number one for this guy." Not necessarily. Look at what these guys actually get traded for. Roquan got traded for a second-round pick. Montez Sweat, second-round pick. Right? These guys don't go for first during the season. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, my team's going to make a trade and get first-round pick, think again. They'll make a trade and get second, third, fourth-round pick, with very few exceptions. A Matt Stafford trade could involve a first-round pick, but I highly doubt that would even be. It would probably be a second-round pick, and maybe another consideration.
Maybe Stafford could get a first. Prime Stafford got what, like 2 or 3 first. So I think Stafford.
Than in-season trades.
That's true. Trading at the deadline, you're always going to take a hit.
So on that last terrible take, a reminder from as we watch the hot stove unfurl. You guys all have a great day. Don't forget Halas Hall report tonight at 7 p.m. Central. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Halas Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast,